So as we recently saw, Galgun Returns is not going to be on the PlayStation 5. It will be for Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, and PC. But it seems that another Japanese publisher has decided to walk away from the PlayStation 5. And I would have to say that's because of their censorship. Well, Sweeney, you're getting exactly what you deserve. Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So another Japanese publisher has walked away from Sony. Now, when it comes to Sony and everything, ever since they moved their headquarters to California a few years back, everything started to change. They started to have that new censorship policy, which we've seen them completely censor and butcher anime games, which has been absolutely frustrating to us anime fans. And, that's why people have been switching over to PC, switching over to the Switch, no pun intended, to buy the games where they're not even altered. And it's funny that Nintendo themselves, which they have in the past been known for heavily censoring things before, well, it's funny that now they've completely gone 180 as well as the PlayStation because, Nintendo is not censoring games like they used to, and the PlayStation is now censoring games, which has frustrated a lot of people, and it might be resulting in why Japan, which the Xbox themselves, when it came to the Xbox One, didn't even make up 1% of the sales in Japan, and now they're selling like hotcakes. And when you think about it, what's very interesting about this is that, when it comes to Japan, they're mostly, switching from consoles to kind of playing stuff like Nintendo Switch as well as mobile phones. They've really changed a lot of things. So it's interesting to see these sales for Xbox. The pre-sales just completely, sell out. I mean, it's crazy. And, whenever it comes to Galgun Returns, like I talked about, to see them jump ship, which we do remember that Galgun back in 2011 started on the Xbox 360 in Japan, and then of course it was later on the PS3. So it's funny to see that Galgun Returns is not there, because if you look at this here, what does it state? The new Galgun Returns remaster is coming to Windows PC via Steam, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox One. As I stated previously in a video, they are not going to be on PlayStation 5. Not at all. Now, this has to do, I'm sure, with the censorship policy, because when it comes to games like these, Sony loves to just go in there and just alter it. They just love to have their new policies come in and say, "Oh, sexy woman banned," and then just alter it. And people can't stand that. And so it's funny that they completely skipped it. And this person also here with this tweet pointed this out, stating it's funny how a Japanese company completely skipped PlayStation. And that's the thing. I guess PlayStation, when they switched over their division to California, I guess it might be because, I don't know, they were going to try to appeal to the Western audience. But by censoring these games, it's not good. More information apparently has come out on this. And this is what was found here by this person stating, "For Galgun, we have no intentions of ending the series, but as you may know, things with some of the platform holders have changed recently. Right now, the Galgun team is kind of putting their heads together and figuring out where we're going to go from here now that changes have been made among some of the platform holders. They're basically in the process of claiming their next move and figuring out what they want to do from here. As you may know, Galgun 2 released on PlayStation 4, Switch, and Steam. So if we can still continue to do that, we would love that. But Sony's standards for spicy content has gotten significantly stricter in recent days. So we have to see what possibilities lie ahead with that in place and that we can do with those new restrictions as we figure out a path moving forward." So see, right here with this, it's stating that this publisher has switched from PlayStation because of Sony's standards. And here's the thing, they're not the only ones, because Abyss of the Sacrifice, Nintendo Switch English release, up for pre-order. Thing of it is that Abyss of the Sacrifice started on PSP. Now you would imagine, right? You would imagine that it would have been on PlayStation 5 as well, but it's not. They have decided to switch over to Nintendo Switch. Now isn't that a bit strange? It seems that Japan is starting to see Sony's policies. And rather than modify them to fit Sony standards, well, what are they doing? They're keeping it the way it's supposed to be, which is excellent. That is good to know. The 2010 released PSP game, Nishitsu no Sacrifice, has been announced for Nintendo Switch and PC. See, no PlayStation 5. No PlayStation 5 announced there at all. It's not going to be on PlayStation 5 either. Now, isn't that funny that a PlayStation game, a PSP game, mind you, is not going to be on PlayStation? Well, that's pretty telling when you think about it. Developer Intense's suspense adventure video game, Abyss of the Sacrifice, is coming to the Nintendo Switch and PC. D3 publisher got the publishing rights to release the game in Japan on December 17, 2020. But worry not, though, folks, because the game will support several language options. Enjoy the game with English, Japanese, traditional, and simplified Chinese options for the subtitles. Meanwhile, the voiceover of the game will be in Japanese only. Abyss of the Sacrifice, the Nintendo Switch, and PC is an enhanced port of the February 2010 release PSP of the game, Mishitsu no Sacrifice. So you see, right there, this goes to tell you that they are seeing through Sony's policies, because we've seen multiple times where Sony has went and censored anime games, which is absolutely frustrating, and, it goes to show their double standard. I mean, take a look at this. Sony is reportedly changing its standards for spicy content in new PlayStation games in response to the ME2 movement and live streaming. You see, that's the thing. They've been trying to pull any anime content and censor it. And then on their platform, try to disguise it as if it's going to come out uncensored. And then by the time people get the game, it's then censored. And then, of course, people are displeased because they don't get the content they were originally promised. What Sony has been doing is they've been conning their fans into stating that, oh, well, you're going to get this content. Then by the time they get the game, they realize it's been censored. They had been promised something that they were never going to get, which is absolutely frustrating, and there's no reason to censor anime games. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, they helped ruin Senran Kagura because they censored the playbox mode in that game as to where the Switch didn't even have it censored, and it was also on PC uncensored as well. Pretty funny to think about that. And, that's the thing. Sony themselves, they had that spicy Abby scene in The Last of Us Part 2. So Sony has that standard of, it's okay when we do it. But when it comes to anime, they look at it and they go, sexy woman, bang! And then they censor it. People are onto you, Sony. And back a few months ago, myself and a few other people talked about this issue where a supposed insider had come out talking about Sony's censorship policy against anime. And here's the funny thing. As time has gone on, we've seen where they continue to censor anime games, and here's the funny thing. It seems that this source has held up to be more and more true as time has gone on. And this came out not long after it was revealed that Aokana was going to be censored by the PlayStation 4, in which it was censored. So, taking a look at the statement. On a whim, I reached out to PCube to see if I could get a comment from them in regards to this matter. All I received from them was a reply that they would not be talking about it any further and to see the tweet, which I linked above, they made about the issue. That seemed like where the story was going to end. Aokana was being censored on the PlayStation 4. PCube and Sony would not go into details. PlayStation 4 owners would be forced to play a censored product if they bought Aokana. See, that's the thing. They conned people into thinking that they were going to get a full uncensored version, which, of course, PCube themselves, they tweeted out about the issue, just stating the game is going to be censored. They didn't say in what way, but they had stated that it was going to be censored, trying to warn their consumers. I was then told that Sony often instructs publishers to not reveal what was altered or removed. Oh, of course not, because Sony knows that if people knew about the game being censored, well, people wouldn't buy it. That's the reason why they do this. They do it to con the customers into buying the game regardless, and then by the time they get it, well, they can't get their money back. That's the reason why. This is a blatant attempt by Sony to obfuscate what is going on and to trick people into purchasing a censored product. By the time customers know they have a censored product, it would be either too late to return it, or they have invested too much time into it to want to return it. Sony gets paid and customers get screwed. Exactly. See, that's the thing. Sony is over here trying to con customers into buying the game. By the time they get it, well, it's going to be too late, and Sony still gets the money regardless. See, that's what they do. Shows you how much they're going to con their customers. And it's absolutely disgusting and completely unacceptable. And continuing with this, now the exact policy Sony has is actually exactly what you would expect it to be. Looking young characters, male and female, who may be mistaken as minors, cannot be in compromising positions or touched by the player in suggestive manner. On the surface, this seems like a good policy. Minors shouldn't be spiced up. However, anime has a lot of fuzzy lines when it comes to this kind of thing. Actual minors look like grown adults. Grown adults look like minors. Teenage characters could go either way. With Sony's policy worded as it is, any anime character they deem to look underage would not be allowed to be in any fan service type material. The most disheartening thing I was told by my inside source was that Sony's American office called all the shots. So no amount of pleading to Sony's Japanese office would reverse this policy. Even boycotting censored anime games will do nothing but allow Sony's American branch to claim Americans don't like anime games, and that is why these censored games didn't sell. It seems that Sony's American branch has deemed anime games unacceptable for Western audiences, and there isn't a damn thing you can do about it. FML. See, here's the thing. When you look at this whole statement, right? Like, you could tell that over time we started to see this. It really seems like this insider that went to this person was accurate. Because we're seeing anime games continue to be censored by Sony. I mean, why else would Japanese publishers jump ship? Because they would have to edit their games, which would take more money to have to edit all of it, or at least edit the parts that Sony would want to be changed and censored. So rather than taking more money to edit their game, they'd rather not have to go through that, keep the game the way it's supposed to be, which that's the way fans want it in the first place, rather than the games having to be censored, because Sony is over there trying to colonialize Japan in anime, as you can clearly tell. And Japanese publishers, they're trying to get away from this. So it seems that this whole thing here holds up over time. That this article here was accurate, because now we're seeing Japanese publishers jump away from PlayStation, which in the end, this is going to make it even worse for their console. If anything, it's going to possibly doom it in the overall run. I mean, yeah, people will still buy it. It's not going to stop that. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to options for games, fans of anime games, where are they going to go? They're going to go to Switch, they're going to go to PC, they're going to go to Xbox. And they're going to say, screw Sony if they're going to do this, because nobody wants their games censored or having cut content. And this is good for the publishers because, here's the thing. The fans are going to follow the publishers wherever they go. And if they find out that the publishers are going to do something on Switch or Xbox or PC, well, then that's the platform they're going to go. And I think that's what publishers need to do. And Sony's clearly not going to stop censoring anime games. So what would be best is if publishers left Sony and went elsewhere where they can keep their creative expression. But anyways, let me know what you think about this entire situation down below. Subscribe to the channel if you were new here. And make sure you were still subscribed, because YouTube is unsubscribing people from all their favorite channels. So make sure you were still subscribed to all your favorite channels. Hit the video with a like, and also be sure to share the video on social media. Spread the word and get it out there. It's greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the channel a lot. Also, be sure to follow me on Discord. We have a wonderful community there. Not only that, but it will keep you up to date on when the newest videos will be released, as well as any other upcoming events in the near future. So be sure to follow me on Discord. The link is in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you, and have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.